Am I audible, students? Yes, I had a batch class. That's why I became few minutes late. Yes, am I audible? Are we not live? Yes, we are live, right? Yes, am I audible? Audible? Quickly let me know in the chats. So I had a DNA class, students. That's why it took few minutes to join. All good? Okay, 1 second. Hello students, welcome to Vedantu NEET English. I am Ms. Gopika, your own biology master teacher. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. Please let me know in the chats if I am audible and visible. Yes, I know all of you waited for a few minutes. I am so sorry. Okay, I had another class, so I just came out of the class, then I had to set up this, so it took few minutes, okay, and I was also waiting for Shreyas's class to end. Okay, done? Yes, quickly share this video with all your friends. Today we will be doing a small portion of animal like animal tissues, and then we will continue the classes, okay, because I feel like if I do too fast, you people might not understand this chapter that well. Okay, is my voice fine? 1 second. Awesome, awesome, Hema. 1 second, I'll just connect it here outside. Yes, now it will be better voice. Good evening, good evening. Yes, I hope all of you marked your attendance. Okay, I hope all of you marked your attendance. Chalo, let's start. So, what do you know about animal tissues? Ma'am, nothing we know about animal tissues. No problem. I'll teach you from basic. Okay, from zero to hero I'll make you. Okay, so yes. So, students, we already know what is tissue. So, this chapter is going to be more about types of tissues, where they are present, because this chapter I'll tell you the most major questions come from this chapter, neither from frog. If cockroach sometimes it comes, but if it comes from animal tissue topic, it is usually from the functions or where they are present. Okay, they can give you as match the following or they can give you otherwise. Okay, yes. So come on, awesome. So let's start and understand what is tissues. What is tissues first of all? Any idea? But before we go into tissues, I want to ask you all something, students. We all have heard about unicellular organism, multicellular organism. Now, what is the big thing about unicellular organism? Unicellular organism, we know that they do not have many people to depend on, right? They are like those single people, okay? Even if they have to wake up in the morning, good morning text, good night text, did you eat food, everything they only have to ask themselves, like, do you want to eat food? Like, you will not die, right? We should eat food. So single people do not get questions from other people. They have to do everything by themselves, right? So same way, unicellular organism, students, here please try and understand, these people have to do beat respiration, be it digestion, be it reproduction, right? Be it reproduction, be it excretion, circulation. I'm writing all the systems, okay? Everything, these people have to make it happen from this one cell, right? By a single cell. But there is one more thing, their structures will not be that complex. Okay, their structures will not be that complex because they are unicellular organisms. Since they are unicellular organisms, everything that is given to them will be in a very primitive state where they do not have complex breaking down, complex exchange of gases. Everything would be in a more simpler way. So here you understand, respiration, digestion, reproduction, excretion, circulation, everything has to be taken care by this single cell, like we study in amoeba. Right, amoeba we always consider that unicellular organisms, right? We consider it as a unicellular organisms, and we also know that when we talk about digestion or other things also, these people always talk about food vacuole, contractile vacuole. That means food vacuole engulfs the food, everything breakdown will happen there, and then whatever is waste material will be excreted out. Correct. So this kind of organisms, okay, single cell organism, they do everything by themselves. So that is why it's important for you to know there is no division of labor here, or let's say the division of labor is very slight, okay. So here, no division of labor. I want all of you to have nice energy, okay? Nowadays your energy is decreasing, okay? Energy is decreasing. So I want energy like Paki, how he is putting lot of fire emojis. I want all of you to do the same. Okay, I don't think it's that difficult task to put fire emoji to be, you know, very active in the class. Is that very difficult task? I don't think so. It's a very difficult task, right? You can just be active in the class. Now look here, unicellular organism, students, respiration, digestion, all the processes has to be done by a single cell. That is where we talk about multicellular organism, right? We talk about multicellular organism. What do you know about multicellular organism? Quickly tell me in the chat. Multicellular organism. Multicellular organism on the other place, when we talk about, these people also have all these functions, okay? These people also have all these functions, but there is a difference. These people are not going to do everything by themselves. They are like in our home, how? Let's say we have a sibling. We'll tell sibling, you go by milk income. I'll wash the vessels. One person broom, one person cook. We will all do division of labor. So in multicellular organism, there's a group of cell. Okay. Let's use the same color. Unity in diversity is important. Okay. A group of cells that perform a similar function. I told you structurally they need not be different, okay? But yes, they can be doing a similar function. We call this whole unit as what? We call them as tissues. A group of cells that is performing a similar function. We used to say structurally also similar, but we understood that it is not right. Okay? It is not right. Correct? Yes, different cells. Correct. Very good. So here students, what do we notice? Ma'am, here there is something called as division of labor. Right? Here there is division of labor. Understood? I am teaching you from like zero, okay, like basics of basics. Okay, basics of basics. So here a group of cells that perform a similar function we call tissues, and because tissues are there, we know that these people are going to have division of labor. Done? Understood? Now, students, remember when we say division of labor is present, right? Division of labor is present. How do we exactly know the flow? Ma'am, you start with cells, right? We have few cells, like this few cells are there. Then these cells will be like, wait, I do not want to be a cell anymore. Let's just draw one cell otherwise. Okay? I'm drawing it with eraser. Okay? We have one cell. Cell will be like, yeah, I'm bored of this life. I need something more in my life. Okay? You are she. Okay, very nice. Why da? You want me to go blind or what? Okay? So cells are there. Then we have tissues. That is a group of cells. Okay? Many of them will be like, okay, I will come. We'll all do work together. Then many tissues will decide that, okay, it's not working, so we should start organs. From organs, finally, what do we form? Organ system. So this is what I taught you in your animal kingdom as well, that we have cellular level of organisms, tissue level of organisms, organ level of organisms, and organ system level of organisms. Okay? So all that is possible. All that is possible. How? From this primitive organisms, right? 1 second, I will just try and move this. So here, students, I have more skills to show you. Wait. Okay. See, I have learned many skills. Okay, 1 second. We will just okay, so look here, all of you understood this? Okay, tissues. Done? Good evening, good evening. Okay. Board is good? Bright, no? Yeah. So done. This is done. Okay, now see here. Now see here. Students, we cannot study all the tissues. Right, we are like, ma'am, which are the most important ones, or let's say the ones who are helping us for almost all the major things, you talk about that. Okay, so we are going to talk about that. So students, when we talk about tissues, you are going to mainly focus about the 4 types of tissues. What are you going to focus about? The 4 types of tissues. So here there are going to be 4 types of tissues. Can anyone tell me what are the 4 types of tissues quickly in the chat? Chats has to be moving. You can't sit ideally in a NEET class. Okay? You're not sitting in some offline class. Even in offline class, they'll be all answering something. Tell me, which are the 4 types of tissues? Yes, people want me to go blind. Did you all mark your attendance? Can I check? Okay, wait, I don't have. One second, let me check your attendance. I hope all of you marked your attendance. If not, I'll be very, very disappointed, okay? You'll be like, ma'am. Students, you people haven't marked your attendance. Quickly smash the like button. Come on. Quick. Quick, quick. We should have 100 likes. Yes, very good. Epithelial tissue, okay? So we have epithelial. We have connective. We have connective tissue, epithelial tissue. We have muscular first highlight, okay? Muscular tissues. And last we have neural tissue. Yes or no? Neural tissues. Done? So these are the 4 types of tissues. But wait. That's not the story, right? We need to know what each of this tissue is going to help us. First, I will tell you what are the functions that these people are going to do. Later, I'll tell you about the origin. Okay, later I'll tell you about the origin. So look here. Epithelial tissue, students, these people are going to help us with protection, absorption, diffusion. So multiple jobs these people have, okay? So I'm going to write one job maybe. Okay, so these people are going to help with protection. Okay, they're going to help us with filtration. You can also write diffusion. Okay, filtration or diffusion you can write. Okay, they're also going to help us with absorption, secretion and other things. But here it's important. Okay, yes, 10 students. Sure, Deeksha, sure. Okay, now students, connective tissue. What do you think connective tissue will be doing, ma'am? Connection, ma'am. Connective tissue means what? Connection, right? So these people are students, they are going to help us with the connection part, but mainly these people also will help us with supplying nutrients, oxygen, okay? And they'll also, because why? Supply of blood is there, okay? They're going to supply blood. So that means these connective tissues are going to help us with supplying the nutrients, at the same time also support connection, many things they're going to do. Okay, they're going to help us with support, connection and other things. Is this clear to all of you? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, ask me right away. Okay, ask me right away. Don't be thinking. Yes, ligaments are their bones, so we will learn about it. So, they're going to help with that as well as connection. Done? Now, we have muscular tissues. All of you know what is muscular tissues. They are going to help us with locomotion and movement, because our entire chapter that I'm going to teach you, locomotion and movement, will be focused on this one muscle. Okay, we are going to be focused on this muscular tissues. What are they going to do? How is their mechanism? How are they helping in contraction? How are they helping us in relaxation? So muscular tissues are basically going to help us in locomotion and movement. Okay, yes, storage of fat also you can write it here. Okay, storage of fat also you can write. You can also write that they help in supplying the energy. So many things are there, but I cannot write everything here. Okay, I cannot write everything here. Now, neural tissue, students, main job, signaling, or we can say transmission of the impulse. Okay, so these people are going to help us with, I think I'll have to do a knee bend and write it. Okay, I have to bend and write it. Yes or no? Signaling, or we can say transmission. This board is a small board, that's why. Transmission of impulse. Done? All these notes will be available on Vedantu NEET English Telegram, even in the description as well as in my Telegram. Okay? Yes? Clear? Done, done? Okay. So this is what their jobs are. Now students, one more important thing that all of you have to know. Let's just push these people to the top. Okay, we have, see, I know you people are seeing this first time in my class, okay? I have new tools, new tools have been introduced. The happiness that a teacher gets when, you know, there are different colors. Yeah. So now students, we are going to talk about, okay, we are going to talk about their origin. How have they been originated? What is happening? So here, look here, their origin, students, is going to be epithelial tissue actually can be originated from all the 3 germ layers. Now, all of you know the germ layers, yes or no? What are the germ layers? So when you study about your gastrula, okay, in your gastrula stage, you would have studied about ectoderm, which is the outermost layer. Okay, you would have learned about mesoderm, which is the middle layer. And if the mesoderm is lining the cavity, we call it a coelomate animal, right? And then we would have learned about endoderm. Yes or no? Yes or no? Quickly in the chats. So, gastrula stage, that is, we learn about the 3 germ layers. Okay, we learn about the 3 germ layers. And students understand, these 3 germ layers have a job. The job will be taking care of the origin. Okay, taking care of the origin. Clear? So here, please understand, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Ecto becomes the outermost layer. If I draw it in a circle here, let's say here, okay, circle is invisible. Okay, let's say this is the ectoderm. Okay, this is the ectoderm. Okay, let's just draw here only. Okay, draw here only. This is for students who do not know. Okay, first time if you're studying, this is the ectoderm. Okay, outermost layer. Outermost layer. Okay, like this one, outermost layer will be there. Then there will be mesoderm. Okay, mesoderm, like this. Okay, mesoderm will be there. And then inside that, what will be there? Endoderm will be there. Something like this. Okay, so 3 germ layers will be there: outside, inside, the mid one, and the most innermost one. Okay, innermost one. Now remember that these people have an ultimate job of deriving something or helping in, you know, organization. Sorry, okay, organization or something. So same way here also, it's very important for you to remember that epithelial cells are actually derived from, it can be derived from the ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. It can be derived from ectoderm, endoderm as well as mesoderm. Will you remember this? Is it too congested? Should I scatter it and write? I can scatter it and write. There is no problem in that. Okay, wait. We just do, oh no. Okay, we can do one thing. Yes, so better. Now it will be more clean and you will not be, you know, confused. Because I have noticed if I write too much on one slide, my students actually, they get scared. So look here, they will be derived, okay, they are derived from ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Okay, so they can be derived from any of the germ layers. Okay, they can be derived from any of the germ layers. Clear? Okay. Yes, this chapter was completed. Okay, in other classes. Okay, no problem. Okay, some people have offline classes. Okay, go, no problem. Okay, this is clear. Now here, connective tissue on the other end is also derived from mesoderm. Okay, so that's why in some books all of you would be seeing that connective tissue is mesodermal in origin. you would be seeing that connective tissue is mesodermal in origin. That means what? These have been derived from the mesoderm. Is this clear to all of you? Can you remember this much? Easy? Easy? Now I'll write the rest here, okay? What and all I'm doing, you see, students, so that your notes become neat. Okay. Locomotion and movement, muscular tissues, neural. What is this? Okay, neural control is going to be transmission of impulse. Okay, done. Okay, done. Now look here. Now look here. I hope all of you are marking the attendance and enjoying the class at the same time. So here, muscular tissue, students. Remember M and M. Okay, so it is going to be derived from. It is derived from mesoderm. It is derived from where? It is derived from the mesoderm. That is why we also say this connective tissue is mesodermal in origin. We also say muscular tissue is mesodermal in origin. That means these people are derived from there. Okay. Now neural tissue on the other hand, students, it is derived from the ectoderm. What is it derived from? The ectoderm. I hope this is clear. Easy. We just studied a very, very small portion. Okay, we just understood what is unicellular, multicellular, and we understood what is the types of tissues, what are their main jobs, and with that we also understood their derivation. That means from where are they derived. Okay. Now we will start with epithelial tissue. Okay. Today we will be doing a small portion, then we will continue in the next class. Okay. Because if I take the entire epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular and neural, it will take me at least like 3.5 hours, okay, in detail if I have to teach with diagrams and everything. So that's why we will divide it, okay, we will divide it. So look here, epithelial tissue. Now students, first we will break down the word. Epi means above, okay, epithelial we say lining. So what do we understand? Students, when we talk about epithelial tissue, please try and understand these people are going to help in covering or lining. Now many students do not understand what is covering and lining. Let's take an example. Okay, let's take an example. Let's just draw, this is one tube. Okay, this is one tube. Okay. Now what do I mean by lining? Lining means these people are present like this. They are lining the tube. Okay, so mucosal lining means what, students? Mucus is lining here so that whatever you are consuming, or let's say if there is an acid or any movement happening, it is not going to damage the walls, right? We say also, no, in stomach also we say that we have linings. Okay, we have linings, we say. That means what? The lining of the stomach will not be harmed by HCl. Why? Because here we have certain people to do the protection job. Okay, like this, people to do the protection job. Now what do I mean by layering? Okay, layering or covering. Covering or layering means, students, it is going to be present in the outer layer, like this. Covering or layering means it is present in the outer layer. So this is what we say, okay, this is what we say as layering, or simple words covering, and this is what we say as lining. Clear to all of you? So in epithelial tissue, you will always notice in any textbooks they say these tissues help in covering or lining. Okay, covering and lining. And listen, very simple. If they are layering or covering, you only answer to me this question. If they are covering or layering, that means what? Let's take example. Let's just draw these cells here. Okay, let's just draw these cells here. Let's say I draw a few cells irregularly shaped, or let's say regularly shaped. Okay, I draw a few tissues here. I'm not asking you anything difficult. I'm just drawing one layer. Okay, and I am going to draw one like a, like a foundation here. Okay, now this much is done. Okay, this is a very simple diagram. Now you tell me, students, if let's say this fellow is covering. Okay, let's say this is the covering. This is the tube. If this fellow is covering, that means what? He is exposed to the environment. Yes or no? He is exposed to the environment. Let's say he is lining. Okay? Let's say he is lining like this. He is lining. What is he exposed to? Ma'am, obviously he is going to be exposed to the body fluids. Right? He is going to be exposed to the body fluids. So, this is the second line of your NCERT where it says these people are going to be facing the outside environment, or if they are lining, that means they are going to be exposed to the body fluids. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, possibly understood this? Understood this? Give me a thumbs up if all of you understood. Epithelial lining. Okay? Yes, understood. So, there is a line saying that if they are lining or layering, there is a chance that one, okay, they are exposed to, or let's say they are facing, okay, they are facing the environment or the body fluids. Okay, the body fluids. Easy? Easy to understand? Now, let's just make this a little smaller. Okay, now students, this G went off. Now, the same thing that I am going to draw, okay, one more I am going to draw, okay. So, look here, we just draw one more set of tissues, okay. Let's maybe draw a cuboidal one. Okay. Now, look here students, you can see one tissue, one set of epithelial tissue I have drawn here. Listen carefully this, okay, listen carefully. This is very important for you. Okay, I have drawn one layer like this. Let's just make the, see, there is one layer. Now, tell me all of you, how many of you in your school age, okay, how many of you in your school, okay, you have taken a safety pin. You have taken what? A safety pin, and you have done this. That you have tried to do a magic show now. That, see, I can hold the safety pin in my hand. I am a super magician. How many of you have done this in your class? Tell me. To impress people, to impress your friends, to show that, I know so much. I am a very, I'm a magician. How many of you have done that? We have all done it at least once, or like, let's say, once at least we have done this, where we try to pin the safety pin and we try to do this. But have you noticed, when you do that, there is very rare chance that the blood comes. You will only see a prick or a blood oozing out only when you put the safety pin by mistake a little too inside. Why does that happen? It is because, students, you are putting the safety pin and you are damaging your epithelial cells, epithelial tissues. You are basically pricking that safety pin into your epithelial tissue, not into the. Now, why do you start seeing blood? You start seeing blood because your connective tissue, which is right below, okay, right below your epithelial tissue, that supply the blood, okay, that supply the blood to you, to your epithelial tissues for supply of nutrients and everything, because your epithelial tissues are avascular. Okay, since your epithelial tissues are avascular, your connective tissue will be like, don't worry, I'm anyway here, I will do the connection, I will make sure that the nutrients are transported. So, this connective tissue is what you touch by mistake, and that is why you suddenly start seeing blood. Now, students, remember, in your tissues, right, there are going to be two surfaces, okay. This surface which you are seeing on the top, let's take example, okay, this is, let's say this is your tissues, okay. Can you all see the orange color button? You can see the orange color button. This portion which is facing the environment outside is going to be the apical surface, or I can say the free surface. The portion, this grey portion which it is on, will be the basement membrane. Yes, ma'am, it will be the basement membrane. So, same thing happens here. this portion which is exposed, okay, it is facing the environment, this can be called as an apical surface, okay, apical surface, or we can also call it the free surface or the free surface. Got it? Got it? Now, what you are seeing here, the green color one which I have drawn, that is the basement membrane on which the tissues are going to line, okay. So, this is going to be your basement membrane. Any doubt so far, please feel free to ask. And this is going to be your connective tissue who is helping in supply nutrients and oxygen to the epithelial tissue. Done? This is clear? This is how the structure is going to be, okay? This is how the structure is going to look like. So, this is important for you because in your NCERT, many places they have mentioned free surface, and you know, students don't understand what is free surface. That is because we do not teach with this diagram, no? So, now see, I have taught you with this diagram. So, utilize this diagram to understand the lines of NCERT. Done? Okay. So, this is done. Apical surface, free surface, basement membrane, this is clear and perfect. Okay. So, these people, students, since these people are there in layering and lining, we can say that they do help in protection, okay. They do have a role, they help us in protection, okay. They help in protection because they are there in the layering and lining. Since they are there in the layering and lining, we can say that yes ma'am, these people are going to help us in protection. Now, very important, okay, very important thing. Students, I will continue in this black only because I don't like this, okay. Yeah, I will just continue here. Now, epithelial tissues are going to be categorized into type depending on their shape. But before I go to the shape, you should just understand the general structure of epithelial tissues. So, look here all of you, if your epithelial tissue is there, it is going to look something like it is going to be tightly packed, okay, it is going to be tightly packed. It has almost no to a little intercellular space, no to little intercellular space. I am drawing and teaching everything so it becomes, you know, more clear. If I just write or talk, you will not understand. So, look here, they have almost no intercellular space, right. So, looking at the diagram, I can say the epithelial tissue okay, I can say that the epithelial tissue is tightly packed. Can I say that? They are tightly packed with almost, okay, no intercellular matrix. Can you see any intercellular matrix here? No ma'am, I cannot see any intercellular matrix, right? It's almost no intercellular matrix. Done? I hope all of you are marking attendance. Thank you, Karthik. So, yes, all of you are marking attendance. Come on, we can make the goal. Don't be confused, students. What are you going to get being confused? Huh? What will you get being confused? Okay, done. Okay, so no intercellular matrix. This is two very important thing of these people, okay. Students, one more thing is that we understood that this connective tissue is the one who is supplying blood. So, that means these people are going to be avascular. These are avascular. That means they have no blood vessels to supply them anything. That is why we will need the connective tissue who is like big hearted person. He is like, don't worry. Whatever you are going through, I will help you. I will supply you all the nutrients and oxygen. Okay. That is what we learned in the last diagram. Correct? I will never learn to write straight. No? Yes or no? Whenever I wear my glasses on the head, I forget. Okay. But I won't have the glasses or not. See, I told all of you that all of you would have done that magic. Now students, after doing that magic, have you ever felt that, oh, my tissues are damaged? You never think about it. You are like, yes, thank God there's a place in my body where there is no blood. Okay, because wherever else I do, including my nails, if I cut a little, I can see blood. So I'm just happy that this small portion does not have blood and I can keep pricking it. Okay. Now, here what happens is, since you're pricking it and you're doing, you know, because these people are covering and they're present outside, there is high chance these people go through extreme wear and tear. Right, they go through a lot of wear and tear, and if they are going through a lot of wear and tear, it is very important for them to have great capacity, or let's say high capacity of regeneration. High capacity of regeneration, because they go through what? They go through a lot of wear and tear. Okay, they go through a lot of wear and tear because they are present in the covering and lining. Okay, done. And these people are going to covering and lining. They help in covering and lining of ducts, okay, etc. Done. Thank you, Karthik. So sweet of you. Done, done, done. Any doubts? No, right? Okay. Now students, little additional information, just a small set of additional information. As I drew before, okay, I drew few, you know, epithelial tissues like this, and I drew a basement membrane, right? So in your some coaching modules, like in your Tattva, what will happen? You will notice a few words, okay, and few words you will be like, oh no, Gopika ma'am didn't teach me. See, some additional informations are there, but there are few words that are important for you to know. Like here, this is the basement membrane, correct? This is the basement membrane. Basement membrane. This basement membrane, students, is made up of two main things. Okay, it is made up of two main things. What are the two main things? The two main things are going to be basal lamina and reticular lamina. Reticular lamina. Basal and reticular lamina. Understood? So these people have a main job. What is the main job? This basement membrane is going to help them to hold them in place, correct? They are going to help them to support. So these people will act as a support, right? They will act as a support. Why? Because on that only these tissues are resting. These tissue issue is coming, students, to tell tissue. Okay. Sure. Yes, yes, Ashwini, we will do that. Okay, we will do that. Okay. Done. Do you know Telugu, ma'am? Yes. Yesterday my students taught me one word. Cheppandi. Yes. What? Ma'am, video on Unnara. Unnara means have she switched on the video or something like that. I'm studying. Okay, my DNA students are teaching me. Okay, this is understood. Okay, they are going to help with support. So basement membrane or basal lamina and reticular lamina. Basement membrane has two parts, basal lamina and reticular lamina. What is the basement membrane job? Ma'am, very simple. They are like the resting membrane where the tissues are going to rest, right? Basement membrane, like how we sit on a chair or something like that. Like they provide the support. This much is clear. This is what is about your epithelial tissue. If you have any doubt here, please tell me. Students, more about is there, like basal lamina is made up of mucopolysaccharide, glycoprotein, all that is not required for you. That's why I'm not teaching that much. But this much if you want, you can remember basal lamina and reticular lamina. Clear? Okay. Now depending on the shape, okay, epithelial tissue depending on structure. Okay, you can also say shape also. They are divided. Okay, divided into two main categories. Okay, divided into two main categories. Again, further divisions will be there. Further divisions will be there. So let's see what is the division. Look here. This is the division. So the division is types of epithelial tissues. You have simple epithelia. Students, simple means single. So they are single layered. Please remember this much. Simple people are single people. Okay. Okay, Vunnara means you here. Okay. So single people are simple people. They wake up at some time, they sleep at some time, no one asks them. But you know, people who have a family, okay, multi-layered, no, like that means family members are there. The wife will ask, when did you come? When did you go? The husband will ask the wife, when did you come? When did you go? Okay, so like that, it is going to be little more complex, right? So compound epithelium means these people are multi-layered. Okay, multi-layered. So simple people are single people and compound is multi-layered. So simple epithelium is going to be single layered, multi-layered is going to be a compound epithelium. Their life is a little compound. Okay. Now under simple epithelium, students, depending on their shape, okay, depending on their shape, they will be categorized into, first one is called as simple squamous. What? Simple squamous epithelia. Simple squamous epithelia. Okay. Next one is going to be simple cuboidal. Again, shape, no? Cuboidal means what? Cube shaped, ma'am. Okay. Simple cuboidal epithelia. And here you will have simple columnar epithelia. All these notes will be available on Vedantu NEET English Telegram in the description box as well as on Gopika Biology official. Okay. So clear? Simple squamous epithelia, simple cuboidal, simple columnar. Simple squamous, you can see the structure, cuboidal, cube shape, columnar, column shape. Yes? Okay. If you people teach me one whole line today, I will not remember. Okay, you should teach me word by word, one word every day. Good words, okay? Don't teach me some wrong words and which are not even useful. Okay, which are not even useful, don't teach me. This is done? 100% done? Okay. Now look here. Simple squamous is there, simple cuboidal is there, simple columnar is there. Now I will give you one, like let's say function. Okay, one function of each of these people. Should we change the color or just continue? Look here. Types of epithelium. Students, in MBBS, you will study this in detail. Like you will study a lot about epithelial tissue and all of that, okay? Because you have to know, no? When you have to work on it, you have to know about it. So that's the thing. Types of epithelium, we already understood. Simple, squamous. So I am only writing simple epithelia. Okay, compound and simple epithelium. In simple epithelium, as I told you, there are again three types, right? Three types are there. So first one, we have simple squamous. Students, this fellow, okay, simple squamous, I will teach in detail about each of them, but simple squamous, okay, this is very thin, flat layer, completely flat layer. So since this person is completely flat layer, we thought, why don't we utilize this person for filtration, or in other words, let's say diffusion. Now let's say here we have, okay, here we have Chintu. Okay, here we have Chintu. And here we have Mintu. Okay, again same thing. Okay. Now students, you tell me, now to go from Chintu to Mintu or Mintu to Chintu will be easy. Going from Chintu to Mintu or Mintu to Chintu is easy. Don't consider this as a bridge. Just consider it as they have two thick, okay, thick boundaries. Okay, this is one thin boundary. Who will be easy? C to M or M to C? Fast, fast. Chats have to keep moving. What is the sleepy people have come in class? Yes, tell me. Yes, Supriya, Adina, Karthik, Manu. I can't see all of your names, but whoever names I can see possibly. M to C, correct, excellent. M to C. Why? Because ma'am, these people have a very thin layer. So simple students, if I want to, let's say, filter out something also, this layer is going to help me filter fast. Right, it is going to help me filter fast. So here also, why can't I use a simple squamous layer to do filtration? Ma'am, you can use simple squamous layer to do filtration. Why? Because it is so easier to filter if the layer is extremely thin. Okay, extremely thin and it is single layered. Correct, extremely thin and single layer, it will be easy to do filtration or diffusion. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, next one, that is going to be simple cuboidal. Now see, multiple what to tell, they are going to scatter, but basic I am telling. Okay, simple cuboidal, what do you think they can do? Students, they are cuboidal cells, right? A little more cube like cells, a little more broader cells. So that means I can use them for support, I can use them for strength, and if I modify them to ciliated, glandular, other functions are also there. So these people, we can use them for, you know, strength, or let's say for support. Okay, we can use them for strength or support. Possible? Possible? Okay. Now, third one, columnar. Columnar epithelium. Students, columnar epithelium, mainly I will be using it for secretion and absorption. Secretion and absorption, because of the location that these people are present, we can easily tell that, okay, these people are going to help us in secretion and absorption. Can you remember this? Can you remember this much? Easy, possible to remember simple epithelium, the three of them. Okay, all the three of them, you please remember what is their major functions, then we will also learn about the other functions. Okay. Yes, I do remember you. Computer science. How will I teach computer science? I am biology teacher. So look here, we commonly refer to as epithelial tissues as epithelium or epithelia. Tissues have a free surface. See, this is what I told you, the apical surface of a free surface, which faces neither the body fluid or the outside environment. See, every lines of NCERT I have explained you, and thus provides a covering or a lining for some parts. Okay, they provide a covering or lining for some parts of the body. The cells are compactly packed. Cells are compactly packed with little intercellular matrix or to almost no intercellular matrix. Okay, yes. Yes, cuboidal cells also we can use for secretion and absorption, but mainly we will use columnar cells. Cuboidal cells we can do that if they have some modifications. Columnar cells also generally with modifications we can do. Okay. Now look here. Here there are two types of epithelial tissue, namely simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Now simple epithelium is composed of a single layer. So simple people are single people. Okay. Simple epithelium is composed of a single layer of cells and functions as lining for the body cavity, ducts and tubes. Okay, they act as lining for the body cavities, ducts and tubes. Compound epithelium on the other side, I told you they are multicellular, right? So compound epithelium consists of two or more cell layers, and has protective function as it does in our skin. Now, on the basis of structural modification, they are divided into squamous, cuboidal, columnar. Done? Clear? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Now, look at the structure. This is from different books. Okay, so here if you see students, you can see connective tissue is there, basement membrane is there, epithelial cells is there, apical surface is there. If there are modifications, they will have microvilli, okay? And then there are cell junctions. Cell junctions, as I told you, to connect the two cells, okay? We will come into that. Now look here students, this is how the lining will be. So you have basement membrane and then you have cells here like this. Got it? Beautiful diagrams are there just to make you understand. So yes, now starting off with the first one, simple squamous epithelium. The squamous epithelium is made up of a single thin layer of flattened cell with irregular boundaries. Now look at this diagram, you will understand this. Students, they will look like, you know, how you put a omelette on a pan, or it will look with complete irregular boundaries. Okay, how you put a omelette on a pan, like you just break open an egg and you put it on the pan, how it will look? It will look like that. These people have irregular boundaries. Okay, these people have irregular boundaries. Since these people have single layer, these people can also be called as the pavement membrane. Pavement membrane, or they can be called tile spelling tile, yeah, tile on the floor. Completely flat, okay, completely flat, irregular boundaries, completely flat. So we can call them, no, tile on the floor, it's completely flat, ma'am. And upon that we can say they are pavement membrane. Pavement membrane means what? The membranes, okay. Irregular boundaries means, see, normally we always draw cells like this. Regular boundaries are there, right? Even if I draw like this, I'll draw the cells like this, or I'll draw the cells like this. That means what? They have proper regular boundaries. Here you look, how do they look like? They look completely irregular. There is no proper boundaries, okay? There is no proper boundaries, okay? Thank you, Sainivas. Okay, this is done. They are completely, irregular, and they are so flat cell, students, okay? They are completely flat cells, so that is why you can use the word that these people can be called as pavement membrane or tile on the floor structure. They have irregular boundaries. Now, coming to the most important part, the location, okay? Location, that is, where are these people present? They are found in the walls of the blood vessels and air sacs of the lungs, and are involved in the function like forming a diffusion boundary. That means what? All of you, we haven't reached there, but then breathing and exchange you will study about alveoli. Air sac means alveoli. So in alveoli, what is happening? Entry of gases is happening, exit of gases is happening. That is, oxygen is coming in, carbon dioxide is going out. Now students, in respiratory membrane we study squamous epithelium, okay, endothelium. So that means what? These people are lining, okay, these people are lining the air sacs and also blood vessels. So exchange can happen because these people are so thin, okay, so thin. So that's why easily diffusion of gases will happen. Done? Easily diffusion. So look at it. They do not have regular boundaries at all. And this is the basement membrane that they lie on. Even from the side, if you see, they look very, very sleek. Sleek means like completely thin, like our phones. Very sleek, we say, no? Phones also is very sleek. Okay? That is what we tell. Now, here, animal tissues. The cuboidal epithelium is composed of a single layer of tube cells. So, simple squamous you understood, very simple. They are completely flat. They look like a tile on the floor structure. They look like a pavement membrane. Here, what do we have? Next, we have cuboidal cells. Now, students, cuboidal cells mean what? Ma'am, they will be cube-like cells, right? Cube-like cells like this. Students, their nuclei will be at the center, okay? For both squamous and cuboidal, their nuclei will be right at the center. Like this, okay. They will also be lying on the basement membrane. They will also be lying on the basement membrane. Composed of a single layer, because single means what? Single means obviously, because they are under simple epithelium, we are going to be single. So, single layer of tube cells. Now, this is commonly found in ducts of gland and tubular parts of the nephron. Now, this is very, very important. All of you know your, nephron. Okay. All of you know? Have you all seen this? Have you all seen this? Done? Seen? Okay. Seen this, right? Now they are saying that it is present on the nephron, and exactly where in the nephron? It will be present in the PCT. It will be present where? In the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubules. Okay, they are present in the proximal convoluted tubules. Now remember students, these people will have a slight modification. Okay, slight modification. What is a slight modification? This cuboidal cells will have like this microvilli. Okay, we call this brush border epithelium. Brush border epithelium. So like this. Okay, that means these people will have, they will be able to do more absorption. Why? Because PCT is the part of the tubule that does 70 to 80% of absorption. So to increase the absorption, they have microvilli which are present on the starting. Okay, they have microvilli that are present on the apical surface, so as to increase the absorption, so that they can take in more. Okay, so 70 to 80% of the absorption happen in the proximal convoluted tubule. So to increase the absorption, they have presence of microvilli. Okay, microvilli on the apical surface. Done? Okay. Kidney, nephron. Understood? Okay. Now, I hope this is clear. Okay, now look here. This is commonly found in the ducts of gland and tubular parts of the nephrons in the kidney, and its main function are secretion as well as absorption. Okay, they are going to help in secretion as well as absorption. The epithelium of proximal convoluted tubules of the kidney has microvilli. That's what I told you. So normal cube-like cells will look like this. Okay, normal cube-like cells will look like this. Okay, normal cuboidal cells. Okay, cube cells. Now with modification, what will happen? They'll become like this, microvilli. Okay, like this. Like this. So what will happen, students? More absorption can happen. Okay, more absorption can happen. To increase the absorption, we have the presence of microvilli. Done, done. Understood? Awesome. Now, next one is going to be columnar epithelium. Okay, next one is going to be what? Columnar. The columnar epithelium is composed of a single layer of flat, tall, and slender cells like this. Flat, tall, slender cells like this. Okay. Now, students, one specific thing mentioned in your NCERT is that their nuclei is present at the base. See, in cuboidal, in squamous, they never mentioned that. But here they are mentioning that the nuclei is at the base. So you have to remember that these people are tall, slender, and here nuclei at base. Okay, at base. These are your columnar cells. Now, free surface can have microvilli. Why? Again, to increase the rate of absorption. Students, remember, modifications can happen. Okay, modifications can happen. That is why they are saying, okay, microvilli are present. These people are going to increase the secretion. Okay, these are the microvilli. So if microvilli is there, we will call it brush border epithelium. What do you call it? Brush bordered epithelium. Brush bordered epithelium. Done. So if microvilli are there, we are going to call it brush border epithelium. Okay. Supriya, have we reached the target? The nuclei located at the base free surface may have microvilli. They are found in the lining of the stomach and intestine and help with secretion and absorption. Since these people are present in the lining of the stomach and intestine, you automatically know that secretion absorption job has to be done by these people. So they will have this brush bordered epithelium. That means they will have this microvilli villi. Okay, they'll have this microvilli present. Okay, microvilli will be present so as to increase the rate of absorption. Do I write that here? Okay, to increase rate of absorption. Done? Clear? Any doubts? Okay, coming to this part. So students, remember, if let's say your columnar or cuboidal, if they want to do any kind of modification, that will be two types. Okay, mainly two types. I'll teach you more. In the sense modification on their free surface. Okay, that means they will do modification on free surface. Modification on free surface. First thing that they will do is ciliated epithelium, and one more they will do is brush bordered epithelium. Done? Yes or no? Yes. Ciliated, no. Glandular we'll study separately, dear. Okay, glandular we'll study separately. Okay, done? Yes, quickly smash the like button. Yes, done? Yes. And let me know in the comments, okay, how the class was also. Don't forget that. Modification of the free surface, students. So, one thing that they can do is, let's take columnar cells, both the places. Okay, columnar cells have to be a little more taller. I've put NCERT itself so that, it becomes very easy for you to, study and just look at the lines. So, here we have base, nuclei, okay, and here on the top, students, one second, yeah, on the top these people will have cilia, like this. What would be their function, students? What will be the function of the cilia? See, if they have cilia, that is hair-like structure. Okay, hair-like structure. What would they help for? Ma'am, cilia usually helps for movement. Okay, they are going to help for movement. So, here also, students, they will be helping in moving the particles. Okay, movement of particles. How, ma'am? I'll tell you. See, let's take example, Supriya is in the class. Okay, by mistake, Supriya choked on something. That means Supriya ate something and she started coughing immediately. Okay, she started coughing immediately. When she started coughing, we all get scared, right? So, we understand that whenever situation comes like that, okay, yeah, to move particles, very good. So, let's say by mistake, some foreign particle enter into Supriya's throat. What is the body going to do? See, let's say the lining here everywhere we have cuboidal cells, okay, or cuboidal cells, that is ciliated we have. Like this ciliated cells are there, right? Now, let's say the foreign particle is coming, okay, foreign particle has come from here, okay, it's moving down, okay, it's moving here. What will this ciliated ones do? They will move the foreign particles upwards. They will move the foreign particles upwards. How? With the help, students, here there is going to be glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium is going to secrete the mucus. The mucus will coat the foreign particle and it will allow the particle to be pushed up. Okay, pushed up. Understood? So, here what is going to happen? These people are going to be unidirectional. Because if they become bidirectional, then there is a chance that they will push the foreign particles downwards. So, here what is going to happen? here the mucus will be secreted. Okay, mucus will coat the foreign particle. This is the foreign particle. Mucus will coat the foreign particle and push it outwards. Okay, that is why sometimes you will notice that if something goes inside, immediately mucus comes out of your mouth. Right? Why? Because with the mucus, the foreign particle also will be there. So that is how your ciliated epithelium is going to help. Understood? Now, here, next is brush border. Brush border epithelium means what, students? Like this, let's say the cells are there. They have structures like this. That means they have microvilli on the top. Like this, microvilli will be on the top. What would be the function of these people? These are microvilli. What will their function be, students? Ma'am, their function is going to be as simple as to increase the surface area. To increase the surface area. If I increase the surface area, what is the use? If I increase the surface area, automatically my absorption rate, right, absorption, how much I can absorb will increase. Okay, that is why our intestine also has villi. Okay, so absorption rate is going to increase. Understood? Okay, I am here only, you came late. Okay, microvilli is done. This is done. Clear? So we have ciliated epithelium, brush border epithelium, cuboidal and columnar cells will do the modification, students, because squamous cannot do, because they are completely flat cells, right? Pavement membrane, they cannot do much of the modification. So here it is given in NCERT. Look here, if columnar or cuboidal cells bear cilia on their free surface, they are called as ciliated epithelium. Function to move particles, okay, to move particles or mucus in a specific direction over the epithelium. That means it has to be in a one direction, otherwise they will push it down. Instead of pushing it out, they will push it down. Now, location, they are mainly present in the inner surface of hollow organs like bronchioles and fallopian tubes. Here, what are they helping in? They are definitely helping in movement, okay, and also they are helping in exchange of gases, right? Exchange of gases. Here they are helping in what? Movement of the ovum. Okay, movement of ovum. Understood? So both the places they are helping in some movement or exchange. Yes? Understood? Cockroach. Now also cockroach is there because it's mentioned insect. Let's see if they'll correct it or not. They have not corrected it so far. So all the teachers will be preparing you for cockroach as well. This is clear, students? Now glandular epithelium. Okay, glandular epithelium, what is happening? See, some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion and they are called as glandular epithelium. Now glandular epithelium, students, the first category is based on the layers. Okay, layers, or let's say number of layers. Okay, that is, these people can be unicellular or they can be multicellular. Multicellular. Unicellular means single layer, multicellular means many layers. Okay. Now, in unicellular, they have given you the example of your goblet cells. Okay, they have given you the example of goblet cells which are present in the alimentary canal. Okay, goblet cells in the alimentary canal. Now, what do goblet cells do? So, they help in secretion of the mucus. Okay, they give out the mucus. How do they give out? They actually mix the glycoprotein mucin with water. Okay, so they will secrete the mucin. They will secrete a mucin, which is a glycoprotein that will combine with water, and that is how we ultimately get mucus. Can you remember this much? Unicellular example is going to be goblet cells in the alimentary canal. Goblet cells of the alimentary, not in the, of the alimentary canal. Okay, done. So here you can see goblet cells. Can you see inside that? Can you see mucin? Mucus is yellowish color, right? So mucin will be there. It will get mixed with water and they will come out. Understood? Now here multicellular, students, they have given example as salivary glands. Okay, they have given example salivary glands. Okay, salivary glands, because salivary glands, remember, they are many, okay. Okay, like this, many are there. So that is why these people are called as multicellular. Clear? Because they are clusters. Okay, many clusters are there. So this is why we say clusters of cells. So obviously unicellular means one will be there. Multicellular means many will be there. Okay, many will be there. So that is your glandular epithelium. Now again students, glandular epithelium can be divided based on their poring. Okay, how are they poring, where are they poring, depending on that also one category is going to be there. What is that going to be? This AC, no? Okay. So students, glandular epithelium, depending on their poring, one we will have where, let's say from min2, okay, I think I'll draw it here. Okay, let's say here min2 is there. Okay, and here chin2 is there. Now let's say students, I want to give a supply of something, okay, and let's say min2, chin2 has an entire pipeline system, okay, that can reach to min2's house, okay, that can reach to min2's house. Understood? Yes. Done. Now here what is going to happen? From min2 to chin2 they have a tube, okay, or they have a pipeline. So here the secretion or whatever is going to be given, it is going to go properly to the system. Correct? Yes or no? Properly to the system. Done? This is not samosa, this is min2 and chin2. Samosa it seems. Okay, now let's say students, scenario 2. Okay, min2 is there, chin2 is there, okay, and let's say bunty is there. Okay, bunty is there. Now what is happening? min2 wants to give something to chin2, but min2 doesn't have any pipeline or tube system. So min2 will do what? min2 will tell bunty, you please carry this and give it to chin2, because I do not have any way to give it to it. So here we are using a middleman, right? Here we are using a middleman. So here students, this is going to be with ducts. Okay, ducts are kind of like a tubes which are going to help them in the adding the secretion from the organ to the target organ. Okay, so here if ducts are there, we call this exocrine gland. We call it what? Exocrine gland. Since here we do not have ducts and we have a middleman, and the middleman is going to be none other than blood. Okay, middleman is going to be none other than blood. We call this an endocrine gland. That means here we will not be able to see the duct. Okay, yes, we will not be able to see the duct. Okay, people stop calling my diagrams differently. Okay, you have to see what I am seeing. Okay, so we have exocrine. Okay, we have endocrine. Friends, we also have one more category, that is heterocrine. So exocrine means they have ducts. Okay, ducts are present, and these people are going to give secretions of enzymes. Okay, example, can anyone give me few examples that you can remember? Any few examples that you can remember? Tell me any examples. Endocrine, on the other hand, they are ductless glands. Okay, ductless glands, and they are going to give secretions of hormones. These hormones are chemical messengers. Okay, chemical messengers, again detail you will study in chemical coordination. Here can you tell me examples? I know here you will have lot of examples. Ear wax, oh, simple ones you give, some simple ones that you can remember quickly. Joining the class daily. What do you mean? Are you going to join from today onwards? Yes. Salivary gland itself, students. Salivary gland, Cowper's gland. Okay. You can remember salivary gland because they are putting secretions, right? You can remember Cowper's gland. Reproduction you would have studied. Okay, Cowper's gland, ear wax, mucus. Okay, all these will come as the example here. Okay, here what is going to happen? Here what's going to happen? Here you can start from the pineal gland, thyroid, thymus, and many more examples. Okay, thymus and etc. etc. Parathyroid, etc. etc. You can keep going on. Understood this? Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this? Please tell me. No doubts? Pakka? Yes or no? No doubts, right? One second, let's just drink some water as well. So far done? Please make a note of it. Please make a note of it. Friends, because you have to have your own notes. Okay, just, yeah, I know you can follow my notes, no problem in that, but still, you have to have some of your own notes by yourself. At least something. Okay, at least something should be there. Okay, now we will learn about heterocrine. Okay, that's it. Today I think I'll only do that much. Heterocrine I'll do, then from cell junction next class. Okay. Heterocrine glands. What is heterocrine glands? Obviously, they are coming between exo and endo. That means these people are going to come in the middle. That means they will have both exo activity and endo activity. So, when I am telling exo and endo, you are not going to think about exo bar and endo bar. You will remember about endo and exo glands. Okay, that means they also add secretions and they also have endocrine activity. Now, I will show you one such person is going to be your pancreas. Okay. So, first we will draw the diagram so as to make you understand. Okay, now okay, so this is your pancreas. I have just drawn a more leafy image of it. Okay, but you understand, right? Pancreas. Now, students, in the pancreas, okay, like this. Okay, here there will be some cells. Okay, a group of them. Can you tell me what they are by any chance? Can you tell me what they are by any chance? Anything? Okay. So, look here. This one, okay, this one is called as your islets of Langerhans. What is this called as? Islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans are what, students? These are the ones that release your alpha, beta, gamma, delta cells. That is glucagon, insulin, somatostatin. So, these people are going to be endocrine in activity. So, these are going to have alpha, beta and delta cells, and these are endocrine in activity. So, if these people are going to do releasing of hormones, okay, these are going to give out hormones. We have one more person that is going to be cells of, we have acinar cells. These are exocrine in activity. Exocrine. Why? Because they are going to give out the pancreatic juice. Correct? So, this is the two things. Okay. So, ducts of cells, acinar cells, or we can write ducts of cells, acinar. Why? Because these people are also giving out secretions. Okay. They are giving out secretions. One person is giving out hormones. Done. So, heterocrine gland means they have both endocrine and exocrine activity. Endocrine and exocrine activity. Example, your pancreas and gonads also. Okay, pancreas. Can you remember this much? Easy? Done, ma'am. Sure? Okay, good job. Good job. So, we will stop here. Students, I have put two tabular columns here. that will tell you all about it, like in the sense simple, squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, pseudo-stratified, ciliated. I'll teach you with compound, okay? Pseudo-stratified, I'll teach you with compound. You can see where these people are present, okay? Where these people are present. Like that, I've taken from one more book and I have added here. This is not from your NCERT. This is from different books, okay? Squamous is there, cuboidal is there, columnar is there. So you can see lining of blood vessels, collecting duct, lining of intestine and gallbladder. So this you don't see now, only this much. This will help you revise faster, because please understand, questions are going to be based on, questions are going to be based on locations. Questions are going to be based on locations. Clear? So I'm taking a small class today. The rest I will do tomorrow, because I know Saturday it's difficult for you people, because most of you will have mock tests tomorrow. Okay, like all our batch students, offline students, everyone will have mock tomorrow, so they cannot attend. I will take this on Monday. Okay, we will do cell junctions, compound epithelium, connective tissue, muscular tissue and neural tissue. We'll complete the chapter. We'll complete that topic, and then we'll do frog and cockroach. Ready all of you? Okay, so see you all in next class. So do not forget, students, and also some of you have been asking me, ma'am, when can we join DNA? Students, very soon you will be able to join DNA. Okay, and in case you are planning for it, this is the one. Okay, this is the link here. You can see DNA NEET batch. Just click on this, and you will be able to see what and all are you going to receive. Okay, 30 plus live sessions, instant class doubt solving, 40 plus part test and Tattva NEET book PDF. So we will definitely keep one more entry point for all of you, so you can all join, because most of you have been asking us. So this is the one, and at the same time, please do join our Telegram channel as well. And if you're looking for any offline batches, you can book a seat today. You can go and visit the offline centers, and you can go there, check the facilities there, and then you can join. Okay, Pro also is there. So all the links are in the description, as you can see. Okay, all the links are in the description. You can also see. You can also get NEET 37 years old previous book. You can also get our WhatsApp and Telegram community. I want all of you to join the Telegram, because you will get all the notes here. Okay, almost 14,000 students are there, so you can get all the notes here. Okay. So see you all, students. I hope all of you enjoyed the class. Please let me know in the comments how the class was. Do not fail to do that, because that's the only motivation that we get. And if you all comment, that means that you have enjoyed the class. So I have done very, very detailed class, like detail, as much as details as possible, like a small, how a small baby I would teach. That's how I have taught you people. Nothing complicated, nothing breaking your head. Very simple I have kept it. Okay. So I hope all of you will let me know in the comments how the class was. So see you all in next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye.